Time for us to leave San Felipe. We've turned around.
Yep, we officially made our U-turn. This was our northernmost point in the Sea of Cortez, where the Colorado used to come out, but does not anymore.
Nope, they have been drained completely in the States and also in northern Mexico here. I think no fresh water now. The salinity up there is like 5,000 parts per million, so crazy salty.
Crazy to shallow sandy sea up here. The entire northern Gulf of California is very shallow, with at most only a couple hundred feet of depth for several thousand square miles of sea. This is the result of all the silt that used to wash out into the sea, along with the fresh water of the Colorado River. Totally becalmed, we jumped in to give the prop a bit of a clean so that we could make some ground under motor. 3 weeks in San Felipe had left its toll on our bottom, but luckily it cleaned off fairly easily. And lucky for us, we had a bit of company in the water with a friendly, curious sea lion.
We just kind of came to a stop out here in the middle of nowhere, about 10 miles offshore right now. And it's really hot, so I wanted to cool up and also wanted to give the prop a quick clean, because it wasn't clean since we left San Felipe. That might have been slowing us down a bit. And Hillary's down here in the water.
Cooling off and saying hello to Mr. Sea Lion, who's been hanging out with us pretty much all night and all morning here.
Yeah, we don't know if it's the same sea lion. We had one with us all night last night, just swam along with the boat for about 5-6 hours. And we've had one again all of today. We came to a stop and he came back to check stuff out. So we were both in the water and he just kind of swam right on by and was doing little circles around us, kind of checking us out, seeing what we're doing. I cut myself up a little on some barnacles, but the prop's clean now. The water's not that cold. We're gonna get going. All right, time for Hillary to get in or get left behind.
Get in.
Or
Get on.
I'll pull the ladder up.
I'm in the water.
Haven't had much wind today, actually. All last night. We kind of drifted for a lot last night. This morning we finally turned the engine on. We had an engine overheating issue right as we pulled out of the harbour in San Felipe yesterday. I think that was sucked up some rubbish and it jammed our thing, but it was fine. We turned the engine off, went under sail right away, and once that flushed away we turned the engine on again later and we were good.
As we made our way south, we encountered extremely varied conditions, from light winds and glassy seas to choppy, gusty sections, with the wind in front and then behind us. And then calm areas with the residual swells still rolling through, making for constant sail changes and slow going. Finally, we neared our destination of Bahía Willard, passing by the beautiful Enchanted Islands on our way. We just made a very unpleasant discovery. I think we have a rat or two on the boat. Probably from our time at the dock in San Felipe, because we heard they run up the dock signs. It's one of them, not one of the reasons we avoid marinas, but that's one of the bad things about being in a marina. First time we were there in almost a year, and we found some packets nibbled open in our cupboard. Cleaning out our cupboards, we moved anything without solid packaging to the hammocks, where we hoped it would be safe from rodent mouths. Anchored inside the protected Bahía Willard, we enjoyed flat, calm conditions and a nice offshore breeze. This place in particular was special to us, as we had visited this bay 3.5 years ago on a road trip through northern Baja. It's hard to believe that at that time, the thought of sailing a boat had never even crossed my mind, let alone living on one full time, slowly making our way around the world. The fresh air here re-energized us after baking in the heat of San Felipe, motivating us to get to work on some projects. Today is a day of sewing. Sewing our sunshades, putting some patches in where we'll put some grommets, and then a few other things on the list. Quite a few other things, actually.
Timer's going off.
Beans?
Beans. Beans.
This right here is our homemade rat trap. We'll see if it works. A piece of bread tied to a dowel over a 5-gallon bucket. So we're hoping he'll run down onto this piece of wood, it'll roll over, and he will fall into the bucket and not be able to get out. I don't know if it'll work, but that's what we got right now. We're going to try it. We're hoping he's hungry. He's been starved of food the past 3 or 4 days, and see if we catch him. While we were sailing down here the other day from Puertecitos, we noticed that we had a broken traveler. Looks like a couple of the screws or bolts have come free, and of course it's like impossible to get to, so we're taking a look at it now to see if it's something that we can fix. It's a pretty important piece of equipment. So the traveler here holds where the main sheet attaches to, which controls and holds the mainsail, and then this allows us to hold the mainsail in place. So without that, pretty hard to sail. And not something that we want to completely bust and fly apart. So those 2 screws, bolts he has out will not go back in. I think it might be stripped inside, I'm not sure. It won't grab, yeah?
Nope.
You can see that one on the right hand side, the whole block is kind of lifted up from the traveler. Alright, so we've kind of temporarily jury-rigged to fix. Got some longer screws that we put in there that we're able to grab. With our traveler fixed, we made our way out to visit the nearby Enchanted Islands. Taking advantage of the calm seas, we set up a barbershop on the side deck, and I got to work giving Ty a much-needed trim. I made a slushie. Has ice in it.
How rare is that?
A mango slushie. Pretty exciting. We spent the afternoon tucked away at Islote Pomo, one of the Islas Encantadas, or Enchanted Islands. It's easy to see how these islands got their name, as they are truly beautiful and unique. Here, we felt like we had dropped the hook in some sort of hidden pirate cove. This island in particular is made largely of pumice rock, and we found tiny bits of pebbles floating by on the water's surface. Even with the calm conditions, we decided not to stay here overnight, as the bottom was solid rock with no way to really set the anchor. We raised the sails and set a course south, excited to be underway, under sail, and on our way to another new place. Ready? Checking the stern. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with your friends, and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next adventure. Until next time, adios.